Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of News in Motion here on February 13th. It is Monday, the start of the week. So grab your coffee, grab your breakfast, tell a friend, let us know where you're tuning in from. And with that being said, let's get ready for some News in Motion.
News in motion.
What's up, everyone? Good morning. It is Monday, February the 13th, 2023, and it is time for some news in motion. I see you, Deborah. I see you, Robert Holman. Good morning, Felicia Williams. Good morning, Deborah Sneed. I see you, Marion Jackson. Come on in the room, y'all. Come on in the room. I see you, Camille Jones. I see you, Shirley Nicholson. Good morning to all of you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all go ahead and do what you do that we ask you to do. Please hit that share button, hit that like button, and invite people on in the room. I see you, Jeffrey Allen James, as well. I see you, Kenny Stanley. You're also in the green room. So good morning to you once again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How many of y'all slept well last night? And by the way, I'm not repping Kansas City Chiefs colors. I am saying congratulations to them. I went with the Philadelphia Eagles, but it's also Heart Month, which we'll talk about that in a few moments. I see you, Dr. Antoinette. I see you, Fred Jones. Good morning to all of you. So I'm just curious. Did your team win? Just put in the chat if your team won or not. I see you, Adrian, coming in from YouTube. Go ahead and let us know in the chat if your team won. What's up, Devontae? Good morning, Pastor Alex. How's Florida? What's it looking like over there? Dr. Antoinette says she's post Super Bowl tired. Listen, it was a good game, though. It was a good game. Fred Jones said, dumb game. Sardinia, good morning to you as well. Let's see. Adrian says, I was pulling for Casey. Well, I was pulling for Philadelphia Eagles. Marion says, no, my team didn't win. The Eagles. That's me too. Didn't win, but it was a darn good game. So just go ahead and put up the chat. If you're tuning in by by audio or by podcast, we want to say good morning to you. Or if you're listening to the replay, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with us to see what we're talking about and what we're doing. I see you, Lori Wallace. So with that, y'all, real quick, I want to put this out here, American Heart Month. That's why I'm repping this red a little bit. And I said, I'll go ahead and put the Kansas City stuff on just to say congratulations. Deborah said, my team is the Browns. Good luck for you, Deborah Johnson. That's like my dad. But I was pulling for KC. All right, y'all. So this is from the White House, American Heart Month 2023. During the American Heart Month, we recommit to supporting more than 120 million Americans living with cardiovascular condition, advancing groundbreaking and life-saving research, and expanding access to affordable health care, prescription drugs, and healthy lifestyles. Heart disease has long been the leading cause of death in the United States, claiming nearly 700,000 lives a year. I'll give y'all that number again, claiming nearly 700,000 lives a year. Nearly half of all American adults have at least one major risk factor for cardiovascular disease, from heart attacks and strokes to high blood pressure. The threat of cardiovascular disease touches almost every family in our nation. But while heart conditions can be costly and deadly, they are also often preventable with access to affordable health care, advancements in technology, and lifestyle changes. They go on and say a little bit more, and then at the end of the White House release, it says, in witness thereof, I love this piece, by the way. I have here unto set my hand this 31 day of January. I've had this since the beginning. I'm just reading it today. It's all of February. In the year of our Lord 2023 and of the independence of the United States of America, the 247th President, Joseph R. Biden Jr. So I've had it, been wanting to read it and never got to, and I thought today would be the day that I would get that out there. And I just want to say, let's take care of our health. Let's take care of our heart. Let's eat differently. Let's exercise. Let's do something each day to make a difference. And let's also be mindful of those families. Again, y'all, nearly 700,000 lives are lost a year because of cardiovascular disease. Deborah Johnson says heart disease is the number one killer of people. Dr. Antoinette said, and sisters, our warning signs are different from those of guys. Absolutely, absolutely. So good morning, Tracy Burns. Good morning. So with that, y'all, we want to pop up our spotlight today. We're still spotlighting businesses, Black businesses, nonprofits, churches, cause, authors, and so forth. So today we have See Brilliance. We have See Brilliance, and we have an image for See Brilliance. See Brilliance is an organization that provides educational programs and services to increase access to and awareness of STEM for historically marginalized youth. Each month, there are many opportunities to get both students and parents involved and engaged in learning more about science, technology, engineering, arts, and math through a culturally responsive approach. If you are interested in getting involved and learning more, visit their website, which is www.seebrilliance.org. And that's SEEBRILLIANCE.org. And follow up on all major and follow them on all major social media platforms. You will see their student programs, stimulating Saturdays, parent workshops, and how to become a volunteer. Check them out. Check them out. Thank you so much, Isaiah. Good morning, Regina. All right, y'all. So now my Black history for today, and she made it all better on yesterday. I don't care what you thought about that halftime show. Listen. Now, after learning she was pregnant and high up in the air, and the platform started shaking, you can't tell me that Black women can't do some of the most amazing things. So today, my Black history shout out is to Rihanna, not afraid of heights, even while pregnant. Y'all, of the 100 plus million people who watched the game in the US, a large chunk tuned in for one reason, Rihanna. People were like, even me, I'll have to confess. Even when they kept talking about the game, I said, I'm gonna need y'all to get on over there to the halftime show. I need to have the Apple Music halftime show. I'm gonna need y'all to shut up, be quiet, because I need to get to the music. Anyway, she came out. People were tuning in for Rihanna in the most highly anticipated Super Bowl halftime show in recent memory. The pop star cranked through a medley of her hit songs on a moving platform that resembled a Super Smash Brothers stage, that game or whatever it's called. Number one, she's not afraid of heights. And number two, we learned on last evening that she is expecting her second child. Now, just to give you a full set of what she ran through, B, better have my money. Where have you been? Only girl in the world. We found love. Rude boy. Work. Wild thoughts. Pour it up. All the lights. Run this town. Umbrella and diamonds. She ended with diamonds. She was, they said, the highest that anyone has ever been in a stadium. At one point, I thought they was lifting her up, and then the lights came back on. And I said, she did that pregnant. Go on, girl. Go on, girl. Now, here's the thing. Many people, I don't know about you, even if I was like the Grammy Award winner, even that was Beyonce. Here's the thing. No one can match what we saw last year, because we were up dancing and having fun, and we still talking about what happened last year. And so often we want to measure people with someone else and not allowing them to be themselves. I thought she was brilliant. Let me know what you thought. Marion said, see, bro. Oh, you gave us the website. Thank you. Dr. Antoinette said, and the choreography was fire. My girlfriend's son is her drummer. All right. Now, Jeffrey Allen James said, I was on the edge thinking about Isaiah, thinking she was going to close with Lift Me Up. I did too. I was like, that would have been perfect if she would have done that with Lift Me Up. So y'all, that was Rihanna. She did her thing. I say hats off to her. Pregnant. Now, come on. I thought about being pregnant. I'm like, even going up in the elevator would make me just feel like I was going to, and I was like, how is she doing this? And kept those notes in that beautiful voice. Hats off to her. Some people will like it, some people will not, but I thought she did amazing. All right, y'all, betting anyone, when we talk about the Super Bowl, a projected 50.4 million Americans were expected to wager 16 billion, that's with the B, y'all, on the Super Bowl. And that was way up from the 7 billion bet on last year's game. And this is according to the American Gaming Association. I don't know how anybody would want to do that, but that's what's happening, and billions of dollars are in there. Now, let's talk about the commercials a little bit. Now, I don't know about you, they were flat to me this year. They were flat to me. I'm thinking they're trying too hard with these commercials. Now, the one that completely confused me, it came on and I was like, oh, this is a Doritos commercial. But then it went to triangles, and then they were in a sound room, and then it was like, oh, they're selling cologne, and then they was like, oh, they're on the golf course, oh, they're at a fashion show, oh, they're playing the drums. I was like, what's going on here? And then it ended with the Doritos. Not a good commercial, because you kept us guessing on what was happening. I'm thinking you trying way too hard. And that was a long commercial. So how many billions did you spend on that commercial? And I'm not sure people got what was happening. And then the Blue Moon commercial. First it was Coors Light, and then it was Bud Light, and then they were fighting, and then they were catching beer in the bar. And at the end, they put up a Blue Moon commercial. What? It's like it doesn't take all of that. So the commercials for me were very confusing. There was only one commercial that I thought was amazing. I don't even know the name of it. All I know was I thought my channel changed. That was towards the end of the game. Y'all remember that commercial? Who was that? And I'm thinking, why did my channel change? And I wonder how many people grabbed the remote trying to change their channel back. That was a brilliant commercial. And then we also had on the commercial, He Gets Us. That was, I believe, a 30-second commercial. And they said many people responded to that commercial. He Gets Us. Kim Edmondson says, I don't remember any of the commercials. And normally you remember these things. Marion Jackson said, I agree about the commercials. Dr. Antoinette said, oh, yeah, we getting there. Cheryl Lee Ralph, y'all. Listen, lift every voice and sing. She did that beautifully. Some people said she was over the top. I'm like, no, that's who she is, and she has permission to be over the top if she wants to. I didn't think she was over the top. I thought she was brilliant. So everything really came together. Babyface, I was like, okay, the guy who sang the national anthem, I don't know his name, but I thought that was beautifully done. To all the signers, the sign language people, all of that, well done, well done. I don't know what Kenny's going to bring us. We're going to get to him in just a moment. But Kenny said it was the Tubi commercial. Had me thinking my TV was broken. Yeah, I was like, what is it? What is Tubi? I don't even know what that is. But anyway, and if you didn't catch it, and y'all should pay very close attention to this, you had Elon Musk sitting next to Rupert Murdoch. Now that should tell you something. I was like, what? Yeah, now I would say that Adrian, Serena Williams commercial was good. Kevin Hart's commercial, okay. But Serena Williams commercial was good in the locker room. So I do remember that one. I think that was probably the best one I paid attention to, except for the Tubi commercial. I mean, that one really had you. That one had you. That was good. All right, y'all. So it was an amazing game. Again, hats off to everybody. I'm sure Kenny's going to touch on this, but before he does, before we bring him in here, I want to say this. I'm not sure what's going on with the reporter or the commentator and what really happened. And all I want to say to all of our viewers is to slow down before we start slamming people until we get what's really happening. The one video that came out, I'm thinking, well, what happened? They just met up in the hotel, like he was coming in the door and she was going out the door. So what really happened? So it's going to be interesting to see how all that unfolds. I just want to say, let's slow down on accusing until we know. I'll say more about that later. But again, what a game. So it's time for Game Over. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's happening?
That was a
How
good
everybody
game.
doing today? It was a great game last night.
That was a great game. Now I had a little. It was almost like a reflection or revisit of the OSU Georgia game. Like, that's the
Almost.
same kind of call I saw there. That's not right. That's not
It
right.
is. That was a horrible call, but it was the right call. But that was a horrible call. Not at the end of the game. You
I'm not
don't
sure
do
that was
that.
the right call either.
Well, even the defensive back said, "Hey, it was the right call. I did hold him." But no,
Ah,
man, you don't make that call. Not
yeah,
then.
but let them play. Let them play. And the other thing I did not like, Kenny, I did not like, and I get it. I get it. That's about playing chess. It's like play the game. Don't try to run down the clock. Just go ahead and get your 7. Kick your field goal. Let's see if we can come back and get the other thing. Come on, let's don't play. Let's not play.
That was smart.
Whatever. Go
Keep the
ahead,
clock
Kenny. Take
running.
it
That
over.
was smart. That was smart. They didn't have no more timeouts. I'm not
What
scoring. I'm falling right here.
I wanted, I was like, kick the ball out. Something. Take the ball. So anyway, all right, Kenny, turning it over to you.
Hey, News and Motion family, good morning. Welcome to Game Over with me, Kenny Stanley. Hey, what a game last night. It didn't let us down. It didn't let us down. It let me down because I was pulling for Philly, but it didn't let us down. It was a great game. It was a great game, and it did not disappoint. Super Bowl 57 will go down as one of the greatest Super Bowls ever. Hey, Kansas City Chiefs, they topped the Philadelphia Eagles. They grounded them. The Eagles didn't learn how to fly yesterday, but they got grounded yesterday, 38-35. Uh, Both teams showed why they were supposed to be there in the Super Bowl. They played their hearts out. Both QBs showed why they are elite quarterbacks. I don't want to hear nothing else about black quarterbacks can't play that position. Yes, they can, because them two quarterbacks showed out. Andy Reid showed why he is one of the top head coaches of all time. Andy Reid can coach his behind off. The other thing, side note, speaking of coaches, Eric Bieniemy needs to get a head coaching job now. Eric Bieniemy is one of the best offensive coordinators out there. He's a black man. Get that man a head coaching job because the plays that him and Andy Reid came up with was outstanding. They need to give Eric Bieniemy a job. He needs one now, not yesterday. Now, quit passing him over. Okay, I didn't think the Chiefs was going to be able to stop the Philadelphia Eagles run game. Turned out to be just the opposite. As the Kansas City Chiefs ran it down the Philadelphia Eagles' throat, Eagles could not stop the Chiefs from running the game. And so much for Patrick Mahomes talking about he had a high ankle sprain. That brother was running yesterday. A couple of times for his life, but he was running. The Chiefs won on the last second field goal with 11 seconds left. You heard what Gail said, but that was a smart play. The dude could have ran in the end zone and gave him another chance, but no, he gave himself up at the 1 yard line. They ran the clock down, called a timeout, kicked the winning field goal. Patrick Mahomes was the game's MVP, and the Chiefs scored every time they touched the ball in the second half, holding the Philadelphia Eagles to 11 points as they scored all the points in the second half, basically. Jalen Hurts did what he could. He threw for a touchdown and he ran for 3 more. It just wasn't enough to get a Super Bowl win. But they will be back. Jalen Hurts, don't hang your head. You played your heart out. You played your heart out. It was a great game. I loved it. You heard us talking about I didn't like that call, but it was a holding call. But I don't think you should call that at the end of the game. Come on, let the guys play. Let them play. But that's okay. That's okay. It was a good game. There was other game yesterday that I was interested in, and I hope everybody else was. I think we need to start paying more attention to this women's basketball, not just the WNBA, but the women's college game. Hey, number one, South Carolina remained undefeated as they beat previous undefeated number 3 LSU Tigers. They beat them 88-64. Hey, yesterday kicked off for a great one for me, and I loved it. I loved it. That's sports. We're gonna get back to Gail because I want to hear what else she got to say. And Rihanna did her thing yesterday. So
He
I
did.
wish she would have ended on lift me up because that would have done it. But Rihanna did her thing. We're gonna go back to Gail for more news. That's me. Game over. I see y'all
Listen, and
Wednesday.
I cannot forget. And I was looking at my notes. I said, "Oh, I forgot to say this." The all women flyover.
That was
History
great.
was made. And I thought, wow. And even with that, I said, perfect timing. It's like, I wonder where they take off from, how fast they go to hit over the
The
dome
stage.
at that moment of that
Yeah,
last note of the national anthem. So amazing. So
yeah, it
congratulations
was
to the
amazing.
women who did the flyover.
Yeah, it was
That's the
amazing.
all women flyover. It's history. I'm sorry, can't even cut you off. What'd you say?
I said that was amazing.
It was amazing. It really
That was
was
amazing.
amazing. So, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Kenny, for your report.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. So as Kenny he will start transitioning to other sports, the NBA and so forth. So we've had a great time with Kenny throughout this entire football season, from college all the way to the NFL. Lori says we would have all been in tears if she, and listen, the way they lifted her up, that would have been a perfect song. That would have been the perfect ending. But hey, it's all good. Look, Rihanna can do whatever she wants to. And did y'all see our membership this month is small business? Did y'all see her business? She went from singing to pulling out her Fenty makeup, and people are talking about it. And Sephora, where her makeup is held, picked that up and started sending all types of tweets and social media posts. And they said that several of her items were sold out last night. People were like, what? She has makeup, for those who do not know. I actually wear hers every morning right here on News and Motion. Been wearing it for a long time. Great product, great product. All right, y'all. So moving to this, y'all, Turkey, Syria death toll surpassed 33,000. 1 week since the most devastating earthquake in recent history, workers in Turkey and Syria were searching for signs of life in freezing temperatures as the death toll surpassed 33,000. And survivors expressed frustration about the rescue efforts. The United Nations top aid official on Sunday said aid efforts have failed the people in northwest Syria, where more than 12 years of civil war have resulted in a complex political situation. As many as 5.3 million people in Syria may need shelter, the UN Refugee Agency has stated. Now, survivors are continuously being pulled from the wreckage more than 150 hours after the collapse, including a 6-year-old boy and a pregnant woman. Y'all, let's continue to pray for that. Again, I've given you a list. We'll get another list, an updated list in the chat. And if you want it, just let us know. We'll email that to you, because these are organizations that we have vetted ourselves. So they're asking you not to send toys or blankets. They don't want you to do that. What they need is the money to be able to go do it. But you want to make sure you're sending the money to the right organizations. You want to make sure the money is going to the actual people and not to operations. There's a difference. And yes, we know we need to pay people to work, but we want to make sure that the operations are not like 80% and only 20% of the funds are going to the people. It should be at least 60% going to the people and 40% for operations, because operations still need to move forward. And before you say it, yes, volunteers are needed, but you need people in key positions who know how to run a project. So project managers and things like that, those people need to be paid to do their work. Okay, so y'all, with that, USA Today's reporting, it's been 1 week and they're still shooting down objects. I'm thinking, do we want to fly right now? The U.S. military shot down an unidentified flying object over Michigan on Sunday, the third in 3 days, and the fourth since downing the Chinese spy balloon off the coast of South Carolina on February the 4th. Y'all, Sunday shoot down, they call it a shoot down, occurred hours after airspace had been temporarily closed over Lake Michigan by the Federal Aviation Administration. The object had been flying about 20,000 feet over Lake Huron in a path and altitude that raises concerns about being a hazard to civilian aviation. Like, come on now, this is what we're doing now. So that's happening. So y'all be safe out there. All right, y'all. Mike Pence has now been subpoena. I can't even get it out. There has been a subpoena. There it is for Mike Pence by special counsel. The special counsel overseeing the Justice Department's investigations into former President Donald Trump has reportedly been subpoenaed, and it has been noted that there was a document, another classified document found by the FBI who searched his home. So there's a lot going on there, and that's HuffPost reporting that. Y'all, Senator John Fetterman remains in the hospital. Now, MRI rules out stroke. He remains hospitalized after being lightheaded at a political gathering. So let's just continue to pray for him and his family. But they said there's no signs of stroke. Now, I don't know what else they need, but y'all, Representative George Santos was charged in 2017 with stealing puppies. You stole puppies too? Seriously? Yeah, y'all, Representative George Santos, Anthony DeVoyer, whatever name he's using today, is once again in the middle of controversy. He was reportedly charged with theft by deception in 2017 in a Pennsylvania's Amish country after a series of bad checks were written in his name to dog breeders in the area. Meanwhile, the House Democratic lawmaker introduced a resolution to expel Santos from Congress, a step that GOP leaders have so far been unwilling to take. So that is happening. As we're going into Lent season, and as I get ready to share the inspirational message, as we're going into Lent season, I pulled out a few books because some of you have been asking. I could not find my book on the 40 Days of Decrease, and that's, I believe her name is Alicia Cho, maybe. So I must have loaned it to somebody. I couldn't find it. But one is the 40-day sugar fast. Great book if you're looking for something for Lent. I'm actually doing it now. I'll be ending it on Friday. Another one, this is a great book too. This is John Piper, A Hunger for God. Great book. Good morning, Carolyn. I see you coming in here. And then one of my chosen ones, I've done this for several years. Last year I did the 40-day decrease. Draw the circle. This is the 40-day prayer challenge. Really, really good. And y'all didn't think I was not going to put mine up here, right? This is urgent plea of prayer. This is 31 days. But find something that's going to encourage you during this time. And with that, I want to go to the inspirational message. You can find all those on Amazon. Oh, they told me to put it back up there. I was going too fast. This is the 40-day sugar fast. This is by Wendy Speak. Very, very good. Very good. And then John Piper, this is A Hunger for God, a very good book. And it talks about desiring God through fasting and prayer. Very good book, very good book. And then Draw the Circle. There's two here. This is the actual book to read to see what it is he's talking about. You don't have to read this to go to this one. And this is the 40-day prayer challenge, and that's by Mark Batterson. So those, and then this one says by Gail Dudley, this is urgent plea for prayer. Okay. And in mine, I always have places where you can also write. So all that's out there. So do something that Lent begins Ash Wednesday, which is next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. So start planning that out. All right, my inspirational message, and I'm going right back to the Super Bowl a little bit. And I'm titling this today, You Did It. You Did It. I never noticed this before until the Super Bowl last night. While watching the Super Bowl, if someone would jump or be offsides, the entire line would be pointing like, he did it, he did it, he did it. And I said, now that can preach. That can really preach right there. You know, how many times do people look at you and they say, no, you did it? Or they say, he did it or she did it. And we're always pointing the finger. We're always placing blame. I want to flip that today. I want to flip that into a positive and say this. You did it, but you did it well. You did it, you succeeded. You did it, you stayed the course. You did it, you made it through the storm. You did it, you created unity. You did it, you created wealth. You did it, you were able to look past all the darkness that was coming your way. You did it. You did it. Yeah, with the help of God, but you did it. You did it because you believed in yourself and walked towards that victory. You did it. You did it. When you were down and out, you made a decision to keep moving. You did it. Those times that your back was against the wall, you made a decision to walk out, to walk forward. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. From now on, as people are placing blame, turn that thing around and say, okay, those things may have happened, but this is where I'm headed. This is where I'm going. You did it by taking one step and putting it in front of the other. You did it. Whatever it is that you have been struggling with, just pause long enough to say, you know what? I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do this thing. I want to go to Rihanna's, one of her interviews before the Super Bowl when nobody knew she was pregnant. And this interview only took place about a month ago. She can conceal a stomach, let me tell you. But she was talking and she said, she said, when I got that call, I was like, me? I haven't been out there in a long time. I don't know if I could do this. But then she thought about her son and she says, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And sometimes I think we think less of ourselves or we don't have enough confidence within ourselves to do something. But yet Rihanna said, I'm going to do this. So I can only imagine as she's going along her days, her months, her weeks, and she's practicing the choreography and everything that's happening, she finds out she's pregnant. That could have been a reason enough for her to say, I'm not doing this. But no, she says, I'm going to do this. I'll do the dances that I'm able to do, and I'm going to have these floating platforms. I know it may be a challenge, but I'm going to do this thing. What about you? What's in your toolkit that you need to do? What's that dream that you need to go ahead and work on it? What's that book that you need to go ahead and write? What's that business that you need to go ahead and start? You did it. Y'all, we can do this thing. Y'all, News in Motion will be 3 years old on June the 22nd, 2023. We started 2020. No way that I would have ever thought that this would have continued. No way would I've ever thought I would have started anything like this. But this has continued. And I look back when I was watching those players always point like he did it. He's the one that's offside. I said, I did this. By the grace of God, I did this. And I'm still going and I'm still trusting and I'm still making mistakes. There's still flaws, but I'm growing through those things. We did it. Kenny Stanley is continuously doing what he's doing through all the internet challenges. He's still doing it. Isaiah, man, that young man's on fire. He's doing it. He's doing it. He entered school. He's doing great. He's doing it. Any of you on here, you're doing it. Deborah's doing it. Deborah's like, oh, I don't know if I'll kick off this podcast. Y'all, her second podcast is today, y'all, at 5. Is it 5 or 5:30? Deb, tell me. She's doing it. She's doing it. Y'all, you can do it too. I think about Nathan Harris with See Brilliance. He started it. He's doing it. He's doing it. So we want to list from you, what are you doing to progress? And don't forget, we still have some space if you want to promote your Black business. It could be a business, it could be a book. I'm sorry. Yes, Deborah Johnson, thank you. 5 p.m. tonight on News in Motion, this platform, and also on her platform, DJ Wright from the Heart, WRITE from the Heart, 5 p.m. You don't want to miss it. But listen, we still have space for those we're promoting. If you're an author, if you have a product, small business, service, whatever, you coach a team, your church, whatever, your ministry, it's free. It's free and it doesn't go away. We do have a few more spots available. You have to send us the graphic. It has to be the Facebook cover size graphic along with the short write up of what it is you do. Make sure on the graphic you have your contact information on the graphic of how people can find you. You want to send that to newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com. Again, that's newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com. All right, y'all. We can all like rest the rest of the day, even if you're working, because I'm sure a lot of you had all kinds of things going on yesterday for the Super Bowl party. I like to watch the games by myself. I don't want anybody talking, none of that. I like to watch them by myself. All right, y'all, let me see if anybody's saying anything. Yes, y'all are saying some amazing things. Um, but they're all right there. Lori says, "Why are you all in my face this morning? I need to get busy." Get busy, sis. Get busy. You are welcome, Marion. You are welcome. All right, y'all. Y'all know what I say. Stay well, everyone. And remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.